Please be seated. Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Reverend Grace Pratt, and I was an assistant here 5 years ago, and I'm filling in for Nick this morning. He and Leandra are not feeling well. Am I not on? I think I'll just be louder. So what I would like to do this morning is I have a story that I would like to share with my younger friends. So if they could come up and sit up here with me. I will also take the young at heart. Anyone who's feeling young at heart is welcome to come sit as well. I can't do it by myself though, so I will need some friends. And my acolytes could come up too, just to found it out, no? Do you want to come up here? Come sing. Oh, okay. So just have a seat wherever you like right here. Because it's a story about someone that I think we're all really interested in and thinking about right now. Yeah, come on down. Yeah, then you guys are just here for crowd control. Okay. Hopefully if I sit right here, you can see me. All right. So there's someone who had a special day last week. Last Wednesday was December 6th, and in the church we always remember St. Nicholas on December 6th. So I want to share the story of him that I know. So a long time ago, a little boy was born, and when this boy was little, all he wanted to do was give a gift to the Christ child. He wanted to be just like one of the wise men, one of the magi, and bring a gift to baby Jesus. But he was born long after baby Jesus, so it wasn't possible. But he always held on to this wish, this dream to give the Christ child a gift. And he always wondered if the Christ child was actually living inside every child. And he wondered this and other deep thoughts throughout his life. And when he grew up, he became a priest, and then eventually he became a bishop. And he was the bishop of a small town called Myra, which is in what we now call Turkey. And he was very shy. Okay, my friend, thank you. He was very shy, and he was a little nervous about being bishop. He wasn't sure he wanted to. He wasn't sure he wanted that kind of attention, but the town really wanted him as their bishop. So he accepted it, he became the bishop. And he kept on holding on to this dream to give the Christ child a gift. But he was still very shy, right? Still very shy. So he decided he was going to give every child, I'll get this in. It's all right, don't worry, it's okay. So he decided that since he couldn't give a gift to the Christ child, he was going to give a gift to every child in his town. But because he was so shy, he didn't want anyone to know the gifts were from him. So on Christmas Eve, he would go to each house and he would drop off the gifts in the night. And sometimes he'd leave them by the front door, drop them through an open window, and sometimes he even threw them down the chimney. But he would tiptoe away in the darkness so that no one saw him, and he would leave the joy of opening the gifts to the people in the morning when he was gone. And no one knew where the gifts came from. And Nicholas did this for many years, and eventually he got very old, and it was hard for him to do this, so people from his church would help him. They would carry him around so he could drop off the gifts. He also got too old to give out the bread and wine in church, so people would help him do that too. And eventually, Nicholas died, but something funny happened after. Even though he was gone, the gifts kept appearing. Yeah, the gifts kept appearing. And the story of Nicholas and Myra and the gifts spread around the world. The story went all the way to Russia, and the Emperor of Russia made Nicholas their patron saint. And when the story spread, the gifts appeared. So all the way in the north of Russia, where there's really just snow, Christmas morning there were gifts. And then the story spread to other places like Finland and Norway and Sweden, places that are cold, where reindeer live. And where the story went, the gifts began to appear. And then the story spread to Europe and to places like Holland and England and Scotland. And when people from those countries came to America, they brought the story with them, like New York. They brought the story with them. And when they did, the gifts began to appear. And this kept happening. And it's happened all the way through today. What do you know? And so this is why the church remembers Nicholas. We remember him because all of this happened because he believed the Christ child was living in every child. And because he really wanted to give a gift to the Christ child. So that's my story of St. Nicholas. Thank you all for listening. Hopefully adults learned a couple things too. You can have a seat and we will keep going. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, December 6th.